I should have walked away. When the silver-eyed woman stepped forward in that courtyard, calm and untouchable, something ancient shifted in the air. Not pack politics, not dominance. Something older. Something that recognized me. And I hated that my wolf reacted before I did. Killian's hand had tightened around mine then. Just slightly. Almost protective. Almost possessive. But when I looked at him, his expression wasn't control. It was calculation. That was the part that scared me. Now the memory wouldn't leave me. 3 nights later, the pack house felt different. Too quiet. Like everyone was waiting for something to break. I hadn't seen the silver-eyed woman again. But I felt her. In the way guards now lingered near corridors that they'd never watched before. In the way elders avoided my gaze. In the way Killian had become colder in public. Colder than usual. He hadn't touched me since that night. Not accidentally. Not deliberately. Nothing. As if distance itself were strategy. And I told myself it didn't matter. I wasn't his. I wasn't Luna. I was mine. The word hit my mind like a whisper that wasn't mine. I froze mid-step in the archive hallway. That hadn't been my thought. My pulse spiked. The bond. It pulsed again. Stronger. A thread tightening between ribs and spine. Not pain. Awareness. And it wasn't coming from me. It was coming from him. Killian. I turned instinctively toward the western wing. His wing. The private council chambers were there. Restricted. I shouldn't have gone. But the appeal wasn't optional anymore. Every step down that corridor felt heavier. The closer I got, the more the air thickened. And then I heard voices. Low. Controlled. The silver-eyed woman. I recognized her cadence immediately. Smooth, precise, dangerous. You cannot keep pretending she's unaware. A pause. Killian's voice followed. Calm. Too calm. I am handling it. Handling? A faint, almost amused laugh. You've delayed it long enough. Her scent has changed. The council has noticed. My breath caught. My scent? What did that even mean? You think I don't know that? Killian's tone sharpened. Barely. That is exactly why this cannot wait. Silence. Heavy. Then, if she awakens before the ritual, you will not be able to contain what follows. Awaken, ritual, contain. My stomach dropped. This wasn't about pack hierarchy. This wasn't about status. This was about me. I stepped closer to the door without meaning to. The bond flared suddenly. Violent this time. Not gentle awareness, not possessiveness, fear, raw, male, controlled but cracking at the edges. Killian's fear, for me. The realization shook something loose inside my chest. He wasn't indifferent. He wasn't calculating for power. He was buying time. For how long do you think you can hide her? The silver-eyed woman pressed. The bloodline does not stay dormant forever. Bloodline. The word felt like ice sliding down my spine. I stumbled backward slightly, heel scraping stone. The smallest sound. But inside that chamber, everything went silent. Dead silent. And then, his voice, closer to the door now. Mira! He hadn't raised it. He didn't need to. He knew I was there. The bond snapped tight like a wire pulled too far. I couldn't breathe. Footsteps approached the door. Slow, measured. And for the first time since I stepped into this pack house, I understood something terrifying. This was never about whether I belonged here. It was about what I am. And whatever that is, they're afraid of it. The door handle turned, and the bond inside my chest ignited. The door opened. Killian filled the doorway. Broad shoulders, dark shirt, jaw tight enough to crack stone. His eyes found mine instantly. Not surprised, not angry, alert. Behind him, the silver-eyed woman remained seated at the long council table, fingers folded lightly as if this were all part of a lesson she had already predicted. For a second, none of us spoke. The bond inside my chest burned. You were listening, Killian said quietly. It wasn't a question. I heard my name. My voice came out steadier than I felt. And something about awakening. The silver-eyed woman stood. Even her movement was controlled, measured, deliberate. You should not have hidden it from her, she said to Killian, though her gaze never left me. Hidden what? Killian stepped slightly into the doorway, blocking part of my view of her. Subtle, protective, infuriating. Go back to your room, Mira. No. I felt it before I understood it. The shift. Not dominance, not command. Instinct. He was trying to push me away from something dangerous, which meant I was already in it. I'm not a child, I said, lifting my chin. If this is about me, I deserve to hear it. The silver-eyed woman's lips curved faintly. Good, she murmured. She has spine. Killian exhaled slowly like he was holding back a storm. Then he stepped aside. Fine, he said. Come in. The moment I crossed the threshold, the air changed. Thicker, charged. The council chamber wasn't lit by bright overhead lights. Only the long strip of windows along the far wall allowed in the late afternoon sun, casting sharp lines across the stone floor. I felt exposed standing there, observed. Even though only the three of us were present, the silver-eyed woman studied me in a way that felt surgical. Your scent shifted 3 days ago, she said calmly. Did you feel it? I don't know what that means. It means, she continued, ignoring my confusion. Your bloodline is no longer dormant. My pulse stuttered. Dormant. Bloodline. You are not fully human, Mira. The words landed softly, but they detonated inside me. I laughed. It came out hollow. That's not possible. Killian didn't laugh. He didn't even blink. The bond pulsed again. This time, not fear. Resignation. You carry an old lineage, the silver-eyed woman went on. Older than this pack. Older than our current hierarchy. No, I whispered, because if that were true, then everything I thought I was, wasn't. Killian's voice cut in, low and controlled. The council believes your awakening will trigger a claiming surge. My stomach dropped. Claiming, as in... The ritual she mentioned, I said slowly. Yes, the silver-eyed woman replied. The bond between you and Killian was never accidental. It was suppressed when you were younger. Sealed. Sealed? My head spun. By who? Silence. Then Killian answered. By your mother. The room tilted. My mother had died when I was 16. Human, fragile, ordinary. She knew what you were, the silver-eyed woman said, and she feared what would happen if the Pax discovered it. Heat flooded my veins. Rage, grief, confusion. You're lying. Killian moved closer, not touching, but near enough that I felt his body heat. I'm not. His voice wasn't alpha command now. It was something else, something raw. When you came to the pack house months ago, I didn't know. He continued. Not at first, but the bond reacted differently, stronger, volatile. My breath came faster. That's why you kept your distance. Yes. And now? The silver-eyed woman answered instead. Now it is accelerating. As if summoned by her words, pain shot through my chest. I gasped, not sharp, not stabbing, expanding, like something inside me was pushing outward against bone. Killian stepped forward instinctively, hand hovering near my waist. Mira? The bond flared violently. Not just awareness, not just heat, power. It ripped through my veins like lightning. The windows along the far wall trembled. A crack split through one pane with a sharp, echoing snap. The silver-eyed woman's composure faltered, for the first time. She's ahead of projection, she muttered. I told you we needed more time, Killian snapped. More time for what? My vision blurred, not with tears, with light, gold, faint at first, then brighter. It flickered beneath my skin. My hands shook as I stared down at them. That's not possible, I breathed. Killian's voice dropped into something primal. It's starting. The pain shifted, not outward now, inward, pulling, toward him. The bond surged like a live wire snapping into place. I stumbled forward and this time he caught me, his hands on my arms, skin to skin. The contact detonated something ancient. The chamber lights shattered, glass rained down. Wind tore through the room though no windows were open, and for one suspended, terrifying second, I heard another heartbeat inside my own. Not human, not wolf, something else. The silver-eyed woman stepped back. "She's not just awakening," she said quietly. "She's transforming." The floor beneath us trembled, deep, like something beneath the pack house had just answered a call. Killian's grip tightened. His eyes locked on mine, and for the first time, the alpha looked afraid. Then the ground split, right down the center of the council chamber, and something began to rise.